Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm going to be giving a quick little recap of a trip me and my family recently took to Legoland NY Hotel and Resort. And this is just going to be a quick walkthrough or talk through of what took place, and I'm going to insert a few video clips and mostly pictures of our trip. So I did not intend on making a video like this on when we went on the trip. So I took the normal pictures and videos that I just wanted to take just to commemorate the event and to have memories of what we did and everything. I was not doing it for a video, otherwise I would have captured a lot more. But I didn't really even consider doing that because that's not really the type of channel that I have. But this is a lifestyle channel, and I thought it would be nice just to give some information about the trip in case anybody is interested in this place. It's only been active in this location in New York for about 3 years, I think, or maybe even 2. So we just recently went, and again, I'm gonna just insert some footage so that you can take a look at some of the things that we did, and I'm just gonna talk you through a lot of the information. And anything that I don't have, of course, you can check their website. I'll put a link in the description box so you can have easier access to that. And let's just get right into it. So I'm just gonna shift over a little bit because I'm gonna try to put the videos and pictures right in this space. So when we arrived at the hotel, it was a beautiful hotel, lots of colors. You know, it was festive. So the hotel was colorful, very nice lobby. They had this little castle thing in the lobby. They had this Lego wall on the left side behind where you check in with a whole bunch of little mini figures inside. My kids took a quick picture in front of that. And then there was a restaurant behind it. So where the castle thing is, over to the left was a restaurant. So breakfast is included in your stay when you stay in your hotel. And the way they serve breakfast is that you just tell them how many people are in your party, and they pretty much just serve you a platter of food. They give you French toast, I believe, pancakes, hash browns, fruit, biscuits with gravy. I think it had gravy. Did I say scrambled eggs? Everything is in its own little dish, and they just bring you out a tray with everything on it, and they give you different plates, and then you serve yourself, and they will give you refills as needed. That was like the perfect way to serve. Says and bacon and sausage. Yes, on the menu, definitely. And everything was really good. So we only stayed for one night. So the morning that we woke up is the morning that we went to the park, and we did have breakfast in that hotel restaurant. So where that castle is, like I mentioned, that's in the main lobby. To the right of that little castle thing is an arcade over down the hall a little bit, but right to the right is a gift shop. Of course, we spent some time in there. I'm just going to show you a few things we got at that first gift shop. They let you build 3 minifigures any way you want. They give you the legs, the midsection, the head, the hair, and then one accessory for each one. And then you put it in a little container, and then you have them, they're like standing up in a little thing. My daughter set up these 3 minifigures in her collection. We were buying stuff left and right. We were always buying something. So then I had my bag. I like to have a fanny pack, or a little pouch, a waist pouch, whatever they're calling these days. But I did get this from that main gift shop. Cute little waist thing. So I carried this around all day throughout the park. We stayed on a kingdom floor. I believe we were on the 3rd floor, and there were 2 other floors. So one floor was the Ninjago floor. Once we found out there was a Ninjago floor, because I didn't even realize that the floors had themes. I wish I would have done a little bit more study on that, because I would have definitely requested a Ninjago floor. My kids are into Ninjago, especially my son. And we went for his birthday, so it was kind of like for him. But anyway, they both had a great time. So we explored all the floors. We explored the Ninjago floor, and there was another one. Was it Friends? Lego Friends? I can't remember, and I'm sure you can request if you want to stay on one of those floors. And they had all the figures all around the hotel that were made supposedly out of solid Legos, so we took a lot of pictures with those. In the hotel, they also had workout rooms on each floor, so we had a quick photo op in one of the workout rooms. And in the hotel, when we went up to our room, every time you take a ride in the elevator, they play music. So, and you know, my kids had to jam out. That just made the little elevator ride kind of fun, like a disco room. So that was pretty cool. So again, we were in the Kingdom floor, so our hotel room was designed and our hallway was all themed with a castle like king, queen, basically a kingdom theme. So I normally will videotape around the room whenever we stay somewhere. This time, for some reason, I didn't do that. I got no footage of the bathroom, but I took a few pictures, so those will be inserted right here so you could see what the hotel room looked like. It was very convenient because it had bunk beds for the kids and then one king size bed for us. So I'm not sure how they do it with you if you have more kids than two, but my kids chose to share the top bunk because they both have never slept on a bunk bed. So there was an extra bed anyway. I'm pretty sure you could fit 2 more kids in that bed. So you could possibly accommodate 4 small children in the 2 bunk beds if that's something that you would need. In the room where the bunk bed was, there was a TV for them to watch, and then there was another TV in front of the main bed, which was great because you can, you know, watch your own thing. The room was very comfortable, so the view from our room when we first checked in is this one, and this was just like a rainy day. It had rained like several days before we got there, so we were concerned what the weather was going to be the next day when we were going to be in the park, but it turned out to be a really nice day. It was pretty cold, so they do have a water section, but we didn't participate in that. They have a pool as well, which they were going to open, I believe, Memorial Weekend. But we were there prior to that, so the pool wasn't open. It was also pretty chilly, and we still enjoyed ourselves. We were able to do everything else other than the water park. The park was not too crowded because of the time of year that we went, so we experienced everything multiple times because we just kept going back to whatever we wanted to, and everything was just available right away. We walked through the park. They had different little figures created by all Legos, as far as I know, 100% Legos all throughout the inside of all the little characters. So we took a lot of pictures with the characters. Once we were fully into the park, they had a lot of different things you could access. So they had indoor things, and a majority of the things were outside, but they did have a lot of little expo rooms and little places where you could do workshops and you could create things, you could build stuff. So there were a lot of indoor things, and I think there were 3 separate buildings next to each other that all had something different in them, and you could probably spend like an hour in each one of those. So it is worth a 2-day trip, I would say, if you want to explore the entire thing, especially if you go in the summer when you can take advantage of all the water rides. Because if we were going to do the water rides, we probably wouldn't have had enough time to do everything in one day. We stayed in the park from the time that it opened until the time it closed, pretty much. And we experienced, like I said, a lot of the things over again. But if there was the additional water park, and if we used up the exhibits or the expos or whatever they call them, the workshop rooms, to their fullest, we would have needed to be there for 2 days. And they had some live events. They had people playing instruments and like doing the Ninjago type of thing to kind of like imitate martial arts and kind of play music and be active. And then they had another crew. They had a stage area where these people would perform and do these martial art type aerobic activities, and that was very entertaining. In addition to that, they had like places where you could stop and take pictures. So like the backdrop of a scene, They had a few different rides. They had a really nice roller coaster, which we rode a few times. So that was like the main roller coaster that would actually be fun for even adults. But they had like a couple of smaller roller coasters. I'm remembering one in particular that it went around 2 times because it was just such a short ride, and it was really for like a younger child, but an adult could fit in there. The general age range, I would say, for Legoland is probably up to 11 years old. My daughter is 11 and she had a great time, but my son was also there, so I don't know if you have a group of kids if they're all 12 and up, I'm not sure how much of a great time they would have unless they're really into Legos. But if you have a smaller group, or if you have a mixed group, I'm sure they would have a lot of fun here. So the other thing that they had was like this little drive around town where kids could drive as if they're on the street on their own. So they're driving in cars, they have stoplights, they have intersections, and my kids did this a few times. And at the end of it, of course, they're trying to sell you everything. So of course we're buying pretty much everything that we're seeing or everything that we're tempted to get. So at the end of this little driving through the town, they offer you a driver's license. You get your picture taken, and then they fill in your information, and then you have like a badge, and then you have a lanyard that you can wear. So my kids pretty much had their lanyards on for the rest of the time we were running around the park. And that was just a nice little souvenir in addition to the other things that we were buying. Of course, in all of the gift shops, they had Lego sets that you could purchase. So this was one of the Lego sets that my daughter picked out, and my son got this. Also in that first gift shop, we got 2 of these notebooks that came with pens, especially for my kids. So this was something that they got. My daughter picked out this cute little panda. Nothing to do with Legos, but it's just adorable. And then the last thing that I could put my hands on, because we were literally buying stuff everywhere we went, was this mug. It has a lot of the Lego builds that were around. And this is the other side. So this is like a really big mug. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty big. So this is one of the things we got in one of the other gift shops, because of course they have gift shops all over the place. Pretty much there's a gift shop after you come off of every ride. So they did have a Ninjago ride, which was supposed to be kind of interactive, and then it like swirls you around. The creatures are coming at you, and you're supposed to be doing this hand motion over this sensor, and it's supposed to like shoot out these little it's not really, it's just digital, but it shoots out these little discs, and it's hitting the enemies, and then at the end it gives you a score so you can see who got the highest score. And it's like a 3D game, so you're wearing glasses and you have 4 people sitting in a row, and you're doing that with your hands, and it's shooting out everything, and everybody has a different score on their screen. And then again at the end it tells you what your score is. And before we went in there, we also took our pictures. We did like a action pose, and then we did a regular pose, and then they gave us a code. We were supposed to go and download those pictures. Our pictures got mixed up with the people ahead of us, so some of our pictures were ours and some of our pictures were theirs, so we didn't do anything with those. But on 2 of the rides we did 2 times, and I got 2 of the pictures of what we look like, so I did take advantage of that. And you spend like I think it's like $12 or $15 for the initial picture, but then every time you take a picture at another ride, it's only $5. One of the other things they had was a 3D little movie theater. It was actually, no, a 4D. I take that back, 4D. So you're wearing the glasses, but then it also like puffs air at you. It squirts water in your face. It like hits things on the backs of your legs while you're sitting there. So it's very interactive, and they had 3 different movies. They lasted for about 15 minutes each, and they went like around the clock. They had one running, so every 20 minutes. So we came back and watched all 3, and that was actually part of the price of admission into the park. A lot of the things that you do there are additional costs. This was built into the admission price, so we definitely wanted to take advantage of it. And actually one in particular was really, really good. One of the 4D movies. The other two were okay. Then they also had like this challenge or a competition. They had like 5 fire trucks next to each other, and then you have to get the fire truck to move over. Then once you get over there, one person gets out and like cranks this thing and then shoots out water. You have to put out the fake fire before everybody else, and then jump back in your truck and get back over. They had a lot of different little rides. So they had this one where you have to get on, you pull the rope, go to the very top, and you let go and it drops you back down. Everything is for little kids, so it's not as bad as it sounds. Anything else that I'm forgetting, I'm gonna have to just do a quick voiceover and insert the pictures or the videos because I can't think of everything right now. But another thing that they had was like this Lego town, which was very nicely crafted. It was so cute. So I have a lot of clips from that. It just shows you different areas in the real world that they built in Lego form, and everything is just really cute, and it's just fun to look at everything. A lot of the things move around, so it's just really fun to look at that and just to see how everything is crafted so perfectly.
Yankee Doodle Dandy, mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Get ready to show down.
So we spent our one night in the hotel and one full day at the park or a resort. We had an excellent time. I would say it's slightly pricey, but well worth it, I think. And as far as I know, they have some resorts or parks that do not have hotels attached to them, but this one in New York does, and it is located in Goshen, New York. So again, I'll leave all the information. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment below, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.